Hello! Congrats! Nandito ka na sa part 4 ng chemistry review natin. In this video, we're going to answer numbers 31 to 40 of NMAT Practice Set 2014, yung chemistry na part. I'll put the link to the NMAT Practice Set questionnaire to the description. Plus, if ever may nakita kayong corrections, please comment below, then ilalagay ko yung corrections sa pinned comment section. So, pwede nyong i-check kung merong corrections dun sa pinned comment. Feel free to share this to other NMAT takers. Yan, tulungan tayo dito, guys. Without further ado, let's start.
Number 31, a carcinogenic air pollutant from automotive sources and cigarette smoke is blank. So, yung correct answer dito is letter D. So, kailangan ma-familiarize natin yung meaning or yung definition ng bawat choices. So, pag benzopyrene, siya yung carcinogenic air pollutant. And then yung aflatoxin naman, naturally occurring mycotoxins that are produced by a species of fungi. So, kapag sinabing mycotoxins, yun yung toxins na napoproduce ng fungi and possible na mag-cause siya ng acute poisoning, ng immune deficiency, and cancer to humans. And then, yung ammonia naman, yun yung colorless gas with pungent smell. So, usually ginagamit yung ammonia as fertilizer sa cleaning products and as refrigerant. And then, yung urethane naman, yun yung colorless or white crystalline compound used in organic synthesis and formerly as a palliative treatment for leukemia. So, kapag sinabing palliative, ayan, nagre-relieve siya ng pain, nagre-relieve ng pain for leukemia.
Number 32, how many grams of sodium hydroxide is dissolved in 200 ml of a 1 molar concentration solution? So, yung atomic weights is sodium 23, oxygen 16, and hydrogen is equal to 1. So, for this one, nakita natin 'di ba na meron tayong molarity and meron tayong volume. So, pag ganun, magagamit natin 'yon to get the number of moles of NaOH. So, molarity, yung formula niya is equal to moles of solute, which is yung NaOH, over yung liter ng solution. Ayan, and then, since meron na tayong molarity, meron na tayong ml or yung volume, yan, pwede na natin makuha yung mole ng NaOH. Equal yan sa molarity na 1m times the volume, which is 200 ml. And then, sa isang liter, since 1 liter yung basis natin, merong 1,000 ml. Yan, makakancel yung ml. And then, yung makukuha nating sagot is, yan, 200 divided by 1,000, so 0.2 mole ng NaOH. And then, kung maaalala nyo yung parati natin ginagamit na formula, yung number of moles is equal to the mass over the molar mass. Usually, yung mass naka-grams and then yung molar mass, yan yung gram per mole. Ayan. So, since meron ka ng number of moles, meron ka na ring molar mass or makukuha mo siya using the given atomic weights. So, makukuha mo na yung mass. So, yung mass ng NaOH na na-dissolve is equal to number of moles. So, yung 0.2 mole times the molar mass is, ayan, yung NaOH. So, ipag-plus-plus mo lang yung Na or sodium is 23, oxygen 16, plus 1 para sa hydrogen, which is equal to 40 gram per mole. So, multiply mo lang to sa 40 gram per mole. And then, makakancel yung mole. We're left with, yan, 0.2, ma-express din yan as 1 over 5. So, 1 over 5 times 40 is equal to 8 gram. Yan, na-cancel na yung mole. So, ito na yung number of grams na madidissolve sa solution. So, the correct answer is B.
Number 33, based on the data shown above, which substance is most likely an organic compound? So, ano ba yung properties ng organic compound? So, kapag organic compound, not soluble in water, soluble siya sa ethanol, combustible, meaning madali siyang masunog or flammable, and then low melting point, around 10 degrees Celsius or less. So, yung correct answer, pag hinanap natin dyan, hindi daw soluble. So, dapat no dito. Not soluble in water, pero yes, dapat dito. Soluble in ethanol. And then, combustible, yes. And then, low melting point. So, hanap ka ng mababang melting point dito. So, yung correct answer dito is letter A.
Number 34, an analysis of a compound shows that it contains 78.2% B and 21.8% H and has a molecular weight of 27.6. What is the molecular formula of the compound? And then yung atomic weights, H is equal to 1 and B is equal to 10.8. So for this one, since naka-percentage yung amount ng element B and H, i-assume muna natin na yung total mass, yan, assume total mass is equal to 100 grams. Yan, para madali lang natin mako-compute. So, yung sa element B, equal siya sa 78.2 grams. Kasi, di ba, kung 78.2% ng 100, yung answer doon is 78.2 grams. And then, yung element H, so 21.8% ng 100 grams is 21.8 grams. Assumption lang yan. Ayan. And then, yung kukunin natin yung molar value ng elements. Yan. Pag sinabing molar value, yun yung number of moles. So, for B, for element B, since meron kang 78.2 grams, and then, given ka ng atomic weight na 10.8, diba? So, 10.8 gram per mole yan. So, sa isang mole, meron kang 10.8 grams. Or baliktad, sa 10.8 grams, may isa kang mole. Ayan. Either way pala. Okay, equal yan sa 7.24 mole. Makakancel kasi yung grams. And then, yung sa H, so 21.8 grams, i-multiply mo sa atomic weight na 1 gram per mole. So, 1 gram per mole. Makakancel yung gram, matitira sa atin is 21.8 mole. So, meron na tayong molar value. Kapag meron na tayong molar value, makukuha na natin yung empirical formula. Empirical formula. So, yung sa B, para makuha natin yung empirical formula, hanapin natin kung ano yung smallest na molar value. So, yung smallest dito is yung 7.24. And then, i-divide natin yung molar value to the smallest molar value. Yan. So, 7.24 mole over 7.24 mole equal to 1. And then, yung sa H na element, so, meron kang 21.8 mole. I-divide natin sa 7.24 mole. And we will get 3. So, yan na yung ratio ng element B to element H. So, yung empirical formula natin is B, and then yung subscript niya is 1, pero wag na natin isulat. Automatic na yun na 1. And then yung H, yung subscript niya is 3. So, meron tayong formula na BH3, pero ang pinapahanap is yung molecular formula ng compound. To get the molecular formula, okay, molecular formula, wala na tayong space. Anyways, ayan. Para makuha natin yung subscript na kailangan natin i-multiply to the empirical formula, gagamitin natin yung formula na molecular weight over empirical weight. Hindi ko na isusulat. Basta MW is molecular weight, EW is empirical weight. So, given tayo ng molecular weight na 27.6. So, 27.6 over yung empirical weight, makukuha natin siya by getting or adding the atomic weight nung empirical formula natin. So, yung empirical weight nito, nung BH3 is 10.8 plus 3 times nung value nung atomic weight ng H. So, equal yan sa 10.8 plus 3 is equal to 13.8. So, yan yung empirical weight. So, 27.6 divided by 13.8 is equal to, yan, kayo na lang bahala mag-compute. So, ito, yung ratio niyan is equal to 2. So, yung BH3 na empirical formula kanina, i-multiply natin yung subscript nila to 2, which is equal to B2H6. So, ito na yung molecular formula natin. Yan, the final answer is letter B, B2H6. Number 35, in the reaction shown above, 3 moles of C2H2 is reacted with 8 moles of O2. Which of the following is the limiting reagent in the reaction? So, for this problem, ayan, ayusin muna natin yung pagka-balance ng reaction. Ito magiging 4. Instead of 5, dapat 4 para maging balance. And then, yung nakita ko lang sa the organic chemistry tutor na madaling way, since given na tayo ng 3 moles ng C2H2 and may 8 moles tayo ng O2, i-divide lang natin sila to the stoichiometric coefficient. So, sa C2H2, meron kang 3 moles over yung 2, yung stoichiometric coefficient ng C2H2. And then, sa O2 naman, meron kang 8 moles over 4 na stoichiometric coefficient. And then, hanapin natin kung sinong mas maliit dyan. Yun yung limiting reagent. So, ito 1.5 and this one is 2. So, mas maliit yung C2H2, ibig sabihin siya yung limiting reagent. Ibig sabihin kasi ng limiting reagent, siya yung mas mabilis na nako-consume. Therefore, magsa-stop na yung reaction kapag naubos siya. So, ibig sabihin din nun, siya yung merong mas onting na po-produce na product kapag kinompute mo yung amount ng product na mapoproduce. So, kung medyo malabo sa inyo, ipapakita ko na lang. Ang hirap rin i-explain. Yan. So, meron kang 3 moles ng C2H2, diba? Tapos, ang goal mo is makuha kung ilang mole ng CO2 yung mapoproduce niya. So, since meron kang 2 mole na C2H2, and then, meron kang 4 mole ng CO2. Yan, equal yan sa makakancel na itong C2H2. So, you're left with 3 times 2 is 6 mole ng carbon dioxide. So, yan yung mapoproduce na carbon dioxide using 3 moles of C2H2. And then, sa O2 naman, meron kang 8 moles ng O2. And then, 4 mole ng O2. Ito yon, this one. And then, 4 mole ng CO2. So, makakancel yung mole O2. You're left with 8 mole ng CO2. Ayan. So, ito yung mapoproduce using 8 moles ng O2. So, masasabi natin na yung limiting reagent is yung C2H2. Kasi siya yung may mas maunting product na produce. So, the answer here is letter A.
Number 36, a component of curing salts which is used to preserve meat, acts as a color fixative, and has mutagenic effect is blank. So, yung correct answer dito is letter D, sodium nitrite. Yan. So, yung sodium nitrite, it is a salt and antioxidant that is used to cure meats like ham, bacon, and hot dogs. So, importante din siya. Yan. Serves as a vital public health function. It blocks the growth of botulism-causing bacteria. Or ito, kapag sinabing botulism, yun yung food poisoning na cause ng bacteria or maling pag-preserve ng food. Yan. So, for example, hindi na sterilize yung can or hindi na maayos yung pagka-preserve kaya merong bacteria na nabuo sa loob. Yan. So, yan, binablock niya yun. Pine-prevent niya yun na mangyari. And prevents spoilage. Yan, gives cured meats their characteristic color and flavor. Number 37, the diagram above shows the relative values for the enthalpies involved in the reaction. A plus B will become C plus D. Based on the diagram, which of the following is true? So, yung correct answer dito is letter D, the reaction is endothermic. So, kapag nakita nyo na yung reactant side, yung A plus B, has greater enthalpy compared to the product side, meaning exothermic reaction yun. And yung opposite naman, katulad nito, kapag yung enthalpy or yung potential energy nung reactant is lower than the product side, meaning endothermic reaction yon. So, ano ba yung enthalpy? Ayan, later pa pala yun. So, kapag sinabing exothermic reaction, yun yung, ayan, a reaction that releases energy from the system in the form of heat. So, palabas yung heat papunta sa surroundings. And then, yung endothermic reaction naman, a reaction that the system absorbs energy from its surrounding in the form of heat. So, papasok naman sa system yung heat. And then, kapag sinabing enthalpy, bakit may enthalpy dito? Ayan, yung enthalpy of a system is determined by the energies needed to break chemical bonds and the energies needed to form chemical bonds. Then, kapag sinabi namang potential energy or potential chemical energy, as you can see here, ayan, it is the energy stored in the bonds of these chemicals ready to react with another chemical. So, yung enthalpy, yun yung kailangan na energy to break a chemical bond. Yung potential energy, siya naman yung nakastore na energy sa chemical bond. So, pareho lang yung figure nila in terms of chemical reactions. Number 38, the table above shows the values of ionization constant, K sub I, for some acids and bases measured at 25 degrees Celsius. If 1 molar solutions of the acids and bases given above are prepared and the corresponding conductance values are measured, which of the following gives the correct arrangement of the acids and bases in the order of decreasing conductivity? So, decreasing conductivity, ibig sabihin, ayan, so yung nasa leftmost side dapat yung pinakamalaki and then yung rightmost side yung pinakamaliit since, ayan, greater than yung symbol. Para madaling maalala, yan, tandaan nyo lang to, kapag higher ionization constant value, mas mataas din yung conductivity niya. Kasi pareho lang naman yung temperature and concentration ng acid or base solution. Ayan, so for this one, hanapin mo yung pinakamataas muna since decreasing naman, decreasing conductivity. Yung pinakamataas na ionization constant is yung 2, yung 4.5 times 10 raised to negative 4. And then, yung pinakamababang ionization constant value is yung 1, yung HCN, 4 times 10 raised to negative 10. So, yung answer natin dito is letter C. So, 2, then 3, 4, and 1. Number 39, nitration of phenol with dilute nitric acid yields O-nitrophenol and P-nitrophenol. Which of the following explains this result? So, the correct answer here is letter B. Phenolic group is ortho and para-directing. So, if you want to know more about ortho meta para-directors, you can watch this video. Ilalagay ko na lang yung link below nitong video na to. So, dyan mas comprehensive na i-explain yung ortho meta and para-directors. And then, here's a summary. Yan, yung benzene, weakly activating ortho or para-directing. Phenolic group, strongly activating ortho or para-directing. And the nitric acid, deactivating meta-directing. So if you want to know more about this one, you can refer to other resources online. Number 40, the equation above shows the reaction between a Grignard reagent and carbon dioxide. What compound will result from this reaction? So the correct answer here is letter C, R, and then COOH. So, ano ba yung Grignard reagent? So, if you want more detailed explanation and then yung kung ano yung mechanism niya, kung paano siya nagwo-work, you can watch this YouTube video. Lilink ko na lang sa description. Ayan, Grignard reagent are formed by the reaction of magnesium metal with alkyl or alkenyl halides. They're extremely good nucleophiles, reacting with electrophiles such as carbonyl compounds, so yun yung aldehydes, ketones, esters, carbon dioxide, and etc. And epoxides. They are also very strong bases and will react with acidic hydrogens such as alcohols, water, and carboxylic acid. And then, ayan, the halide can be chlorine, bromine, or iodine, not fluorine. It's slightly easier to make Grignard from the iodides and bromides, however. Note that what's happening here, the magnesium is inserting itself between the carbon and the halide. This halide, the X, so ito yung X dito, referred to when we refer to Grignard reagents as RMGX. So you can watch more videos na lang na separate
para mas maintindihan nyo.